a cool guest in our studio tonight. So we'll start it off with the cheers. Cheers to Greg, who's in my studio tonight. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
All right, guys. So we are running a few minutes late. I do apologize. We were having some technical difficulties, and we've got it smoothed and ironed out and ready to go. So we're just going to give you guys a few minutes to pop on board. As always, guys, I'm on the BeLive software, so I need y'all to start putting comments in the comments section so it starts to kick off the comments. So I'm going to give it a start. And those of you who are veterans to my show know that I don't like to have shy people. You guys got to give me a shout out. Ooh, we got our first one. Hey, Ashley, what's going on, girl? Ashley is one of my girls from Tennessee. Ashley, do you have your sweet tea tonight, girl? Or what you rocking tonight? All right, guys, for those of you who are new to the show, this is kind of your little hazing ritual. You got to give me a shout out. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and more importantly, what's in your coffee mug this evening. We've got Ashley on board. We've got Jill. We've got Kays from Ontario, Canada. We've got Viola from Washington State. We've got a lot of Northerners on this show, which is going to be extra special for tonight to hear what this gentleman here has to say. Let's see. We've got Mark on board. Hey, Mark, how you doing? We're getting a nice crew up here, Greg.
Awesome.
Are you ready for the hot?
Everybody.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hey, welcome, everyone.
We've got Barbara. We've got Ron. Oh, Ron, thank you so much for your email today. That really made my heart smile. You have Kona in your cup. That man's got good taste in coffee right there with the Kona coffee. We've got Tom from Wichita, Kansas with his coffee. Greg, did you bring anything to drink?
Oh, well, you know what? With this little difficulty, I left it on the other counter. So I'm good. It's over there. So we're good to go.
We're good to go. We've got Barbara from Connecticut. And guys, that's he popped off. We've been having some technical difficulties this evening, so you'll have to forgive us. He'll be right back on board. We've got Stephen McCarthy and from Ireland. That's right. We've got Stephen McCarthy from Ireland. That's all right. That's all right. We've got Greg back on board. And guys, please forgive us this evening. We might have a little bit of technical glitches here and there, but we've got it and he's back. We've got Jim on board, Damon Jenkins, Jackie, mamita, ¿cómo está? I got my Cubans in listening live from Cuba right now.
All right.
We've got Benny Cortez. Benny was killing it with his workout this week. We got Nicholas on board, Bo Moore from Charleston, South Carolina. Some new folks here. We've got Denise Culver from Indiana drinking her Mountain Dew. And John Carlson, Air Assault, John here. We got some Army veterans on board. Love it. All right, guys, we're going to get started. So for those of you who are new to this show, welcome. My name is Cosi Belloso. I'm a physical therapist, amputee specialist here in Tampa, Florida. I've been a PT now for over 17 years, and my passion is working with the amputee and limb loss community. And I want to welcome Greg Maninno to our show tonight this evening. Greg is an above-the-knee amputee, a prosthetist, and a 22-time Paralympian. So,
okay. Well, hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be on Cosi's show here. Hopefully, I don't keep tripping on and off here with my electronic issues going on right now, but I hope everybody's well tonight.
And I want to take the time tonight to give a special thanks out to my sponsor for this evening, VitalFit Skincare Solutions. Really special show for tonight, guys. Many of you who have been watching my show know how frustrating it is for me as a clinician because I've had very few resources to offer my patients with regards to their skin health and their skin hygiene. So when I learned about this company, so excited. And I can't wait to share with you what I've learned about the products and what Greg's going to be sharing about his own personal story once he pops back on board and everything else on board. So let's just see who else is on board this evening. All right. We've got John. We got Tom Carlson drinking some white Italian wine. Nice. All right. Let's get you back up there, Greg. That's all right.
It keeps timing out or something.
That's all right. We've got Alexis Dean from San Diego. We've got Tanya from Arizona. We've got Carol. She says, "Go Army." That's right.
All right.
Matthew Julian with his Michelob Ultra. Benny is on board. Benny's like Marines are representing. All right, here we go. We got Johnny in the house and Rhonda and Matt. Okay, we've got a nice full house tonight.
All right.
All right, guys. So we're going to hear a lot about Greg's story tonight, and it's lovely story, very inspiring. And then before then, I want to give you a little bit of a background on the VitalFit company, because it is kind of new to the amputee community. So the VitalFit clinical skincare line was created by Dr. Paul Dean. Dr. Paul Dean is a dermatologist who's been board certified since the 1970s. So he's been doing this for quite a bit of time. And he created this skincare line specifically for diabetics, for people with vascular issues, and for people who use prosthetic devices. So we're going to pause for a minute. We're going to take a quick Cosi poll. How many of you have issues with skin on your residual limb, whether it's dryness, whether it's chapped skin, whether it's the opposite, excessive sweating on your skin? How many of you are presenting with issues on your skin? I want you to type in me. Put in the comment section, me. And we're going to take it even a step further. How many of you are having issues with your sound limb? And I'm looking at my diabetics out there with the reddish, kind of brawny skin, little scaly skin on the bottom part of that sound leg. How many of you are experiencing those issues? Start throwing your comments in there. I want to see the comment section flooded, because I know there's a lot of people. We got my boy Jeffrey Cook is on board. He says, love the products, especially how my stump looks after my revision. Doug on board says, my first new socket. Awesome. Cheryl Lee on board. Michael says me. Nicholas says all kinds of problems. Ashley says me. Carol says me. I got you, Greg. Don't worry. Chad says me. Mariella, Rhonda, Viola, Tanya. Everybody. Okay, Greg.
Okay.
All right. So needless to say, this show tonight is going to apply to many of you. And for those of you who are lucky enough not to have any issues with your skin, I still want you to listen in, because with the aging process and with your limb changing and your body changing as you get older, the needs of your skin will also change. So the better you can care for it in these early years, the better off you'll be long term. So I need to stop talking, and I need to let you start talking. So I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, Greg. Tell us a little bit about life before amputation. Where are you from? Where did you grow up?
Okay. Hello, everybody. And I'm sorry if I click out again. I'll be right back. I grew up in Southern California, and I was injured in 1979, which resulted in the amputation of my left leg above the knee. But I was just a high school athlete, kind of enjoying life, living in the beautiful Southern Cal. And, I love surfing, jet skiing, all kinds of different sports. I was a high school football guy, and some long distance running. And going into my senior year, I got injured in an electrical accident, trimming some palm trees out there in California. And it resulted in amputation. We grounded out some high power lines, and something you never think could happen, but it happens quite often in this world. But, prior to the injury, I was just kind of, going into the senior year, having a great life and enjoying everything that the West Coast has to offer. Quick change, that real brief second in time, I ended up as an amputee.
You'll be right back, folks. Now, folks, while we're waiting for Greg to come back, we're going to do our very first giveaway. So our first giveaway is going to be a sample of the starter product that we have. All right, Greg's trying to jump on board, guys. So we're going to do our very first giveaway for tonight, and it is the starter kit of the VitalFit Skincare line. And this is it's okay, Greg. I'm bringing Greg back on board, and we're going to do our first giveaway while he gets reconnected. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and post in here. I'm going to post in here the link. I'm going to post the link to the VitalFit page, Facebook page. And I've got somebody who's tracking that for me. So when that link goes up, first person to go to the VitalFit page and hit like is going to win that starter kit. If you've already liked the VitalFit page, then the first person to hit the VitalFit page and type in a nice little post in their comment section. Go. All right. Well, we're waiting to see who wins that very first giveaway. Greg, please continue.
Okay, and I apologize if I keep getting kicked out of here. But yeah, I ended up as an amputee, and kind of an interesting story what happened with me. Just a dramatic accident, and started trying to pursue what I was going to do in life after that, and looking into prosthetics, looking into sports, trying to figure out, because I probably failed to mention I was injured 40 years ago, and prosthetics back then were more an art. They were carving wood, and literally in my case, kind of slowed me down. So I was looking for something I could do that would give me that sensation of speed and being able to do things with my family and my friends, and found skiing. And I probably should step back, but I got logged off there. I was a skier as a kid, and my parents were big skiers, and I got encouraged to go try alpine skiing again as an amputee, and pursued it and fell in love with it. It was a sport that we could kind of go fast and have fun in a slow moving world of prosthetics 40 years ago. So yeah, I mean, it really gave me an outlet to go have some fun and do a higher level sports.
He'll be back, folks. So, all right, guys. So hopefully you've had a chance to go to the VitalFit Facebook page and hit like. First person to do that, we're going to find out who wins the starter kit for the skincare line. And he's back. There we go. We're going to call this Cosi Talks Chinese fire drill. You know, when you get out of the car.
Yeah, that's. I apologize, everybody. I'm not sure why I keep getting timed off here. So where I left off, I know Cosi, keep jumping in there, because I think it looks like every about minute it kicks me off for some reason. But
you got it.
Yeah, pursued skiing and was pretty successful at that. Showed it at some, got encouraged by some high-level disabled alpine skiers back then, the Diana Goldens and the Bonnie St. Johns. They visited me, and I kind of got encouraged to go that route. And fast forward probably 20 seasons, I pursued it. Was named the U.S. ski team. Skied not 22 Paralympics, but I skied 5 Paralympics and medaled 22 times. So little correction in there. But some of those were some world championship medals too, but really, really lucky, and had a lot of people working with me, and a lot of prosthetists back in that day, the John Savalich and the Alan Finistons helped me along with some higher tech care. And, I just had a great tribe behind me to see me successful in sport, which kind of fast forwarded me into the world of prosthetics. I pursued a job in that industry with Endolite. I was with them about 20 years, and actually my GM with Endolite encouraged me to become certified as a prosthetist. And I should probably step back. I'm trying to talk quick so I don't get kicked off. But I got into it with sales and testing products, with socket designs and knee designs, foot designs, and started working with military as the expert. Before I was a clinician, just expert, patient model, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. He'll be back. I feel like this is like one of those the intense like TV shows where dun dun dun, and then you go to commercial break. So we're gonna get back to Greg. In the meantime, we do have our first winner for the skincare line. So we've got Jill Mallon. She was the first one to hit like and on the Facebook page. So congratulations to Jill. Jill, we're going to get in touch after the show so I can get your address and information, and we can send you the starter kit for this, the starter travel kit for the VitalFit Skincare line. It comes with all the products. So you're going to get to try them all out. There we go. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
So, yeah.
Nice job. You'll love it, Jill. Okay.
So you were saying you were being encouraged by your general manager at Endolite to become certified as a prosthetist.
Right. So yeah, I went ahead and it took me a few years to finish the education and go that route. But yeah, I one of the, an injury led to sport, led to a career kind of for me, which was fantastic. And worked with Endolite for about 20 years, and then moved on. I worked for Modus Health they were a company doing outcome research studies. is kind of like a very, very high-tech Fitbit that we could collect data on amputees and their activity levels, depending if we were putting them in an X3 or a hydraulic knee. So to just see what benefits and how their overall mobility improves. So I was with those guys a few years, and then kind of went out on my own, doing a lot of veteran ski coaching, ski clinics with Telluride Adaptive, U.S. Disabled Sports. So I kind of pursued trying to give back with the sport of alpine skiing. So, and currently today I'm doing a lot of high-end ski prosthetics. That's kind of what I love to do because I kind of love the sport, and help develop a knee. And we put that out there on a lot of guys today. And
Do you have it?
I do have one right here. And if next time I get kicked off, I'll grab.
I was going to say, next time you get there, and perfect timing right there. So hopefully he's grabbing that knee. So guys, if you haven't had the chance, on the VitalFit website itself, you can see some amazing pictures of Greg. Here we go. We got Greg back.
I'm back.
There we go. That was perfect.
I'm sorry, people. This is, I'm sure it's frustrating. But in the interim, we helped develop this knee. And what I do is I set up ski-specific prostheses. The theory behind this knee was to give a crossover knee that you could use for water sports, skiing, snowboarding, whatever your sport, running, whatever you wanted to do, and give you some good resistance in the knee control so you could pursue and ski with the prostheses. So I must mention that when I was ski racing for 20 years in the Paralympics, I skied one-legged with outriggers, which is so physical that the reason I changed and got away with it after I retired, I started coaching a lot of kids and Buddy Warner ski programs, and frankly, standing around on one ski with outriggers was very difficult to carry gates and stack horses. So tried the prosthetic, and back then it was a hydraulic knee from Endolite I used, and it worked great. And it was like this revelation for me. Now I'm going to be doing it like all the peers that I pursued in racing to be as good as I possibly could against able bodies. So today we use the prosthesis and we encourage people to use it. So it exercises your residual limb, gives you a different ability. Some people rather not be identified as amputee skiing. So I get all these different facets, but the big weak link that we had was skincare, and because of the higher mobility our patients become, or even myself, the problem we incur with all that higher constant sports, or those repetitive sports, is socket chafing and skin issues. So hence VitalFit, is when I ran into them, I was over the moon. So and I can tell you my experiences, but I'm probably right at that kickoff point here.
Yeah, but so far we're good. Whatever the gremlin is that's messing with, and I spoke too soon. Kate, we're gonna get the name of that leg pretty soon. Let's see, we've got J.W. Moreno, who says best skincare products out there, wouldn't use anything else but VitalFitSR. And guys, hopefully after you hear, we're going to get a little bit more now into the details of these products, and you're going to see why I think it's a really great skincare system for such a wide variety of people in the amputee community. Let's see, we've got Kay Levinson asking, what is the name of that leg? I think we should call it the Maninno knee.
Oh, no. The knee is a crossover knee, a BTK crossover. So a friend of mine, Brian Bartlett, was the initial designer, and I've just basically assisted in him refining it till we didn't have fitting issues. We could adapt it to any socket out there. So, and we worked with the University of Florida with some design changes, but that was just something I got involved with because I love the sport. I wanted to utilize the technology for myself and everybody out there, and I wanted to see people excel on it. So that's how I got involved with it. But it's a crossover, and they're waterproof, which is kind of neat too. So you can take them in water sports, depending on where you're at, or cycling sports. So it's kind of a neat setup. And I wear an ischial containment suction fit socket, so it's a little different than the norm. It's kind of old school, but again, hence it creates a little bit more skin irritation in those higher repetitive sports like cycling. And so yes, again, the VitalFit has really solved some of these issues I was having, and I hope I don't get kicked off to share them. But the knee is great. I think it's out there. It's available through your practitioner. If you just say crossover, people, they know what that is. I think most of the people in the industry today, and it's just a neat design to be able to go, increase the resistance at the knee or decrease it depending on your activity with a flick of a lever and a little bit of air pressure. So.
Absolutely. And then we've got Kay asking, and we've got, I knew this was going to be a hot topic tonight because we have, like I said, a lot of folks living up north. She says, I was a longtime skier, now an AK. I'd love to try skiing again this next season. Do you suggest starting out with one-legged with outriggers or trying out a leg like that? And Kay, hopefully he'll be back really soon to answer that question for you. John says, I skied the Alps when I was stationed in Germany, and I would love to get back into it. There we go. We got some gators on board. All right, Greg, just answer that question.
At the end of the question, what I would encourage is the use of the prostheses. If you have ability to get a ski-specific knee, this isn't the only knee out there. There's a few different designs: the Pro Carve, the Moto knee, the crossover knee. There's some ski feet out there that click right into the bindings. I prefer, and the people I work with and set up, we use the ski boot. Some of the guys don't like the weight, but I think we really want to keep the symmetry the same and utilize that. We're just using inside a carbon fiber foot. And typically with the higher end skiers, we'll up that category of carbon fiber. Couple categories that you wouldn't naturally use for walking, you would use it for higher end sports. But I would encourage use it. If you can't get the ski prostheses, there's ways of setting up. If you have a hydraulic knee or even an electronic knee, that we can change the program and allow you to try it. But if you want to just have the sensation of sliding again, there's nothing wrong with retracting. And I would encourage just going out and doing those things that you increase and make your joy, because you get to go and have fun and go fast, and it's a little, less impact than running or something like that. So,
no, and it's getting back to the joy of life. We've got Jeffrey on board who says that he had experienced a lot of chafed skin really bad most of the time. And after about 4 to 5 hours of sockets, the product has helped out a lot. So we're going to get started to talk about the details of these products. And thankfully, Greg has a sample with him. So we're going to talk, it's 4 basic products that we're going to be talking about tonight, folks. It's the daily cleanser, the daytime moisturizer, the liquid to powder, and the nighttime moisturizer. And one thing that you're going to hear me stressing a lot tonight is how to use this as a full system. Oftentimes we tend to cherry pick products from different product lines, and this product line was definitely meant to be used as a system. I've had a couple of patients who've been using these products, a couple of people that I've been sending the samples to because I like to do my own research as well. There we go, Greg. Gotcha. And no worries. And one thing I've noticed is the people who've had a lot of wonderful success have been using the system as a whole. And it's really meant to balance your skin and give it the full range of nutrition that it deserves. Much like the skin on your face and neck that is more delicate, the skin on your residual limb, and I'm going to go say the skin on your sound leg, need to treat it with equal care here. So we're going to start. Hang on, we got a couple more comments that came in. John asks, is water skiing possible?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can do it one leg if you're, or you can use the prostheses. We got a lot of people wakeboarding today, or even wake surfing, and that's kind of what I've tried to get into a little bit. Probably if you're a femoral amputee, trying to get that prosthetic foot in the back of the water skis, a little bit tricky, but you can do it. Do it on the swim step before you try, or step into the wakeboard bindings and try that. We do quite a bit of that sport in the past, and I've seen some amazing outcomes on people who go out there and are like, hey, can I do this? And they can immediately do it. And I think it's really easier in those sports if you knew how to do it prior to amputation, but it's all doable and it's all achievable for sure.
Okay, sounds good. All right, there you go, guys. So you have some homework assignments there. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the daily cleanser. Okay. The purpose of all of these products put together is to help control the inflammation, the bacteria, the odor, and most importantly, the sweat that can come from using a socket all day long. And I know I've said it so many times, just being here in Florida alone, sweat is our unfortunate best friend here all year round. And even those of you who live very far up north in those summer months, you start to experience that a lot. So this product line is meant to tackle those issues. So starting with the daily cleanser, it is antifungal, antibacterial, and scent-free. And it's very gentle soap solution. It's meant for the sensitive diabetic skin. It's meant for sensitive skin in general. It can be also used, hang on, let's bring Greg back up here because I know
I'm sorry. Sorry, people. I apologize.
We're working on the daily cleanser. So the daily cleanser is wonderful because you can, obviously not just your residual limb, you can clean your whole body. Very, very gentle, can be used to clean the liner. And this is something, again, I have trouble with my own patients. Greg, I'm sure you feel the same way, where teaching folks what are the products that are safe to use on a liner and how to clean it properly. Is there anything you would like to add for that?
Absolutely. So the cleaner will help your skin and reduce inflammation, which is huge, and it kills bacteria. You want to wash your sockets and you want to wash your liners. I can't stress how important that is to keep it clean, because the cleaner it is, the less bacteria, the less skin irritation can be created from just one little thing. I mean, the bacteria can grow quickly in the sockets. So I would encourage everybody to rinse your liners daily at the minimum, rinse the sockets, and you'll just do better, and your skin will do better. And we all know if your skin breaks and it's from some bacteria, a little bit of infection, it can set you back, and you can have a real hard time just the day after, maybe that one day you went on a 5K walk or something. So hygiene. I can't stress enough that you'll have a better performing prosthesis if you keep your skin clean and hydrated.
And then another thing I kind of want to add to that is a lot of times folks will use very strong soaps because they want to get rid of the sweat and the odor and the bacteria, and the soaps end up stripping their skin and drying it out, which leads to further problems. So one of the things I like about this cleanser is it's certainly strong enough to kill the odors and the bacteria and handle the sweat, but it's still gentle on the skin. And it's a very, I like to think of it almost like baby shampoo, where if it's gentle enough to use like that. All right, let's wait for Greg to pop on board. JW Moreno says, daily cleanser is awesome in many ways. I wash my liner with it every night. And again, it's kind of prepping your skin for the following product. So it's kind of setting the stage for then to apply the daily moisturizer. And the daily moisturizer, and again, for me, when I first saw this product line, I'm like, well, why would you have two separate moisturizers? What's the difference between the daily and the nighttime moisturizer? And there's very good clinical reasoning behind it. So with the daily moisturizer, it works for people who have dry, chapped skin, and it also works for people who have, believe it or not, oily and sweaty skin. It's providing balance to the skin. And a little bit, from what I've seen, goes a long way. I think probably the most common feedback that I get from the daily moisturizer is just how quickly it soaks in and does not leave a greasy residue. So, Greg, you want to comment on that one before you get kicked off?
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, I agree. The daily moisturizer, again, this is a system to use. So once you've cleansed your skin, and I kind of what I'm doing now, and when I discovered the line, is I use the daily moisturizer. And then after that, I go with the liquid to powder. And then obviously at night, I use the nice moisturizer. But it's such a simple process. A little goes a long ways. And you're giving your skin some anti-friction capabilities, which is huge. We all know for prosthetic use that friction that can be created just by walking, just by you go do repetitive sports like cycling or hiking, it's going to reduce that. It's going to heal your skin. It has anti-perspirant capability, antifungal capabilities. So all these, all the goodness in the product is what you just use it. And what I can say before I get kicked off again, probably, is the system is so easy to use to give you optimum outcome in your prostheses. I just can't encourage anybody enough that it's pretty amazing. And
I'll pick up this question while Greg is coming back. John asks a very good question. John says, I'm very new to this. What should I use to clean the liner with the soap? Is a regular washcloth okay, or a soft sponge? Hang on, I'm going to wait for Greg to pop on board for this question. That's okay, Greg. We're taking a question that I want your input in as well.
Yeah.
John Carlson was asking what to use to clean the liner with a regular washcloth or a soft sponge. I know that I usually tell my patients use their hand in the shower to rinse it, mainly because with the sponges and the cloths, you might get that lint stuck to the inside.
Correct.
And rinsing with hot water. That's really the key for me, John, is rinse, 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 rinse. And when you think you're done, rinse it again so you don't get any kind of a residue. Greg, is there anything you want to add to that?
Absolutely. I think if you can bring that in the shower with you and really focus on cleaning those liners. A clean liner will create healthy skin. Rinse them in the shower. If you're a 2 shower a day guy or gal, take it in there with you in the shower. I think keeping them clean. A lot of my patients and people I work with have extra liners. We always have a clean one. We encourage washing them both and always have that dry, clean liner ready to go if you've got to change it. So just, again, it's just use your hand. People talked about little microfiber cloth, but again, it can ball up a little bit and end up in the socket. So I think, Cosi, you have the right thing. Use your hand, rinse it out, and keep it clean. So.
Sounds good. And then guys, just on a side note, in my Cosi Talks YouTube channel, and I'll be posting the link, I actually did a quick video on liner hygiene. And also the links are included for VitalFit. So if you're looking for more information, I will post that link as well for those of you who are new to taking care of your liner, because it's such a game changer. Whenever I have a patient who comes in with some new skin rash, 9 times out of 10, it's because they either were not cleaning the liner properly or they weren't rinsing it. They may have been cleaning it every day, but they weren't rinsing it as much as they should have.
Yep, that's absolutely correct.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our next giveaway. And it's perfect timing because Greg just got kicked off again. Okay, guys. So our next giveaway is nice. It's going to be the 4. You back? All right. You're just in the next giveaway, Greg.
Every minute. So.
Okay, we're going to give out this next giveaway. So for this next giveaway, this is for my Instagram savvy folks. I want you to go to the VitalFit Instagram page channel and hit follow. So the first person to do that is going to get the full size 4-part series. Like, this stuff is awesome, guys. You're going to get the cleanser. You're going to get the daytime moisturizer. You have enough room on your screen there, Greg?
Yeah,
you're going to get
them up. That's the full size.
And you're going to get the nighttime moisturizer, guys. This is a really, really nice giveaway. So go to your Instagram right now, hit follow. And we're going to find out who's going to win this baby.
Awesome.
All right. So moving on with the Daily Moisturizer. And guys, I do want to put a note here for the Daily Moisturizer. When I usually recommend that folks, right after their shower, pat dry the residual lint and then put on a nice thin layer of the Daily Moisturizer while your skin is still, before your skin gets bone dry, I guess I want to say, because it'll soak in really nicely. And then obviously making sure you don't put your liner on until your skin is dry, until that moisturizer has soaked in, which again, everything I've been hearing from folks is it soaks in really quickly.
That's correct. Yeah, the rapid absorption. You're not going to spend 15 seconds waiting. So it's really a fantastic product for that.
Okay, so moving on, the liquid to powder. And this one's probably my favorite product right here. Because up until I found out about this company, the best thing I could recommend for my patients was antiperspirant or that liquid to powder that would get balled up and gummy and disgusting. So it wouldn't really work very well. Right. This stuff is lovely. It's amazing. And there goes Greg again. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the liquid to powder. It's exactly that, folks. After you put on the Daily Moisturizer, hang on, I'm getting... Okay. Oh, and just in time. Hang on. Let me get in here. Yep,
the launch be there every time I get disconnected.
Okay, guys. Mariella Mason. She is our winner of our 4-part line. Mariella, I am so excited that you got this. I am so excited for you. She is an extremely active individual getting back into sports. So I am so happy to say this. So Mariella, we're going to get in touch afterwards. So we've got Jill, we've got Mariella. JW says liquid to powder is the best thing since sliced bread. I completely agree.
Agreed.
So guys, after you do the cleanser, prep your skin, put on that thin layer of the Daily Moisturizer, and it soaks in. Then you put on a thin layer of the liquid to powder, and it's exactly that. It goes on as a liquid, dries as a nice thin powder. So Greg, you take it away before you get kicked off, because I know you got some pearls.
Okay, I'll try to talk fast here. The liquid to powder, when I discovered it for my own use, it was a total game changer. And I've been using this product line for about 8 months now. I hike a lot. That's kind of my big thing that I do now. I ride single speed bikes too. But just the capability of taking the friction away, not having to use the antiperspirant, the old certain dry technique that we had to use to reduce sweating if you're in any warm environments, or frankly, if you're just using your prosthesis, you're going to sweat inside of that prosthesis or liner a little bit more. The antifungal and the antibacterial properties too. You're killing those bad little germs there. But I carry this in my hiking pack with me in the small sample tube. And anytime I get a little discomfort, I'll read on the prosthesis, add a little bit of the liquid to powder, and I can tell you in 8 months, I'm not getting any proximal trim line chafing. I used to, every time I hiked in the past, I would have problems with that.
And guys, while we're waiting for Greg to pop back on again, I want to do another Cosi poll, because I know I've heard people talk about this. How many of you have been experiencing a little bit of chafing around the edges of the liner? We're doing a Cosi poll, Greg. So I want to know from out there, especially my runners, my folks that are living in hot environments, my hikers, because I know I do have hikers. How many of you are experiencing that chafing on the upper rim of your liner? Because I know I hear it from my runners big time. So start posting. If that's you, no shame, put me in the comments section.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we've got a question from Jennifer Fox that I want you to answer real quick. She says, do you think my 11-year-old could use this product? New amputee, and he's finding, and the comments are just rolling in, that outside play is causing his residual limb to sweat.
That's right. So a perfect placement of the product for children are active. They use their prosthesis harder than most people. So yes. Use it. Try the sample pack and just, once he uses it himself, he's going to go, this is the best thing in the world, and he'll continue. So it wouldn't be too hard to encourage him to, cleanse, moisturize, liquid to powder, and then putting the night moisturizer on. So yes.
Definitely. And then Kay says, you guys have sold, hang on, these comments are just rolling in. You guys have sold me. Thank you for all the help and skincare and skiing. It's only 50 degree here, and I'm already dumping sweat. Kay, stick around, because we've got one more giveaway, and it's big. So stick around, Kay, because I think this one's meant for you. We've got JW who says, plus over time, your liner will not smell to the point that your loved one wants to throw it out of the house.
Yeah, good.
Yes. And again, that's something that it breaks my heart when my patients come in and they're like, it just smells and I can't get rid of the smell, even if I wash it, even if I, so this product is wonderful for this purpose. And I'm seeing a lot of needs in response to the chafing. And guys, I've had my runners, and that's where they find that chafing, and the liquid to powder helps them precisely.
Absolutely.
In that.
It'll stop that friction
and it stops. So it's basically, it helps reduce the friction, and that goes along with the Daily Moisturizer as well. These two products combined are meant to reduce the friction inside the socket. And let's get Greg back up there again.
I'm back again. Hi, everybody. I didn't hear the question.
No, basically I was just stating how the liquid to powder in combination with the Daily Moisturizer is meant to help reduce the friction overall, that in combination, you're gonna have the best effect there when you use everything in combo.
Absolutely.
And
the anti-friction should be the one thing that everybody just identifies with, why you would want to use this product.
And I've got Tanya here who's asking, I'm looking for something that will make me feel like I'm rubbing raw when I walk. It gets so painful. I've tried numerous things and still does not work. So I have put on this Sensicare sensitive cream and not rub it in all the way, just so it does not feel like it's rubbing. What can you recommend? Tanya, I can tell you right now, having any creams and lotions that are just sitting there on your skin, it's not a good idea, because you're going to end up causing more friction, believe it or not,
right.
to slide around in there. any product that you use needs to soak into the skin, and it needs to decrease friction but not cause sliding. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Greg, is there anything you want to add
Yeah,
to that?
absolutely. The liquid to powder dries like a sheeny, almost velvety surface on your skin. So again, I agree with you, Cosi. When you put a Vaseline or a bag balm or something like that, you're trying to break the friction, but actually you're just increasing the friction. So Hygiene, clean the liner, use the liquid to powder, and you'll have a amazing, amazing outcome with that situation.
There we go. We've got Robin Burton on board giving us a shout out from the OPAP First Clinics.
Hi,
What's
Robin.
going on, Robin? And Keitha says, how does it work for people who have eczema? Have you had patients experience eczema who've been able to use this product, Greg?
I haven't, so that's one I haven't occurred yet, or incurred. But everybody.
And I'm going to go ahead and answer that question a little bit. So Keitha, my recommendation would be is that if the skin is not broken, that's the thing, is these products are not meant to be used if the skin is broken. If the skin is intact and it's just the dry eczema, then yes, this product could help with that. So Greg, I just commented that if the skin is not broken, that the products are not meant to be used on broken skin. If the skin is not broken and it's dry, this in fact could help with that moisturizing and keeping it healthy.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would agree. And then if you use the system, and the night moisturizer will really help with that. But again, identify your skin's intact and then go ahead and apply.
Okay, sounds good. And then last but certainly not least, the end of the star of the show, the nighttime moisturizer. And again, guys, when I first heard about this skincare line, I was just like, well, why do you have two different moisturizers? Like, why not just have one moisturizer? And there's actually very good reasoning behind it. So we said, and we talked about how the Daily Moisturizer, the whole purpose of it is to help give the antibacterial, antifungal, reducing the shear and the friction, reducing the sweat in the socket. Nighttime moisturizer is to help your skin heal from a long, hard day's work. It's kind of like the moment for your skin.
That's right.
So the whole point behind the nighttime moisturizer with the ingredients that are in it is to help give that moisture, hydration to your skin that it needs to heal overnight.
I would agree. This is my favorite part of the system. I use it every night. And basically, when you're really using your prosthesis and you've got any, moderate to higher activity, you're going to give your skin everything it needs to heal it. It's antioxidants. It's just pure love in a bottle. It's the part of the system that when I started applying it at night, every morning I wake up and I don't have an issue. Even if I had a little bit of a hot spot or a little chafing from previous day activity, it seems like I'm healed the next day. So it's the whole system's my favorite, but I love the night moisturizer.
And we've got Jim who's asking, he says, so Greg, abrasions and spurs are a problem. We'll wait for that one just a moment. Chris, you're coming in late. Not a problem. The product's name is the VitalFit Clinical Skincare line. And Chris, if you're interested in learning more about this, we will be posting the links specifically to this product. There we go. Paul just laid it on there for us, the VitalFitSR.com. Thank you, Paul, for posting that for us. All right, Greg, you back for sure? Let's see.
And it kicks me out. I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, so Jim was asking, he says, so Greg, abrasions and spurs are a problem with skin breakdown for me. Drying and cracking occurs. Will this work?
Absolutely. So this is exactly what I was having issues with and I've got some pretty good care. I take care of my stuff. But I was having, just depending on that activity, a little bit of repetitive hiking, a little bit of repetitive cycling, I was getting hot spots, and I'm not experiencing that anymore. And I've been using it again, like I said in the beginning, for about 8 months, but it's the product you want to go to alleviate this. There hasn't ever been anything out there. In the past, we've said use that or use a little bag balm or something, but there's no specific product. And this has solved all my issues. And I just can't encourage you enough to try the products. It is truly amazing. I'm not because I would have the same thing he's saying, is a little bit of chafing here, a little bit there. And we know if you go out the next day on that little bit of abrasion, and then the next day it just kind of compounds. So this whole system heals your skin, and it heals it rapidly. why I'm so over the moon with it. So.
No, and it's, you mentioned some of my old recommendations, between the antiperspirant, a little bit of bag balm, A&D ointment. And these are good products, guys. These are not bad products, but they were not meant
That's right.
for this type of skin. And maybe it's because I'm just getting older and I'm getting a few more lines than what I had when I was in my 20s, and just appreciating how important it is to take care of our skin, that I'm coming to realize you really need to find the specific products for your needs. And your needs, if you're wearing a prosthesis, this skincare line fulfills those needs. Let's see. Carol asks, hi, Cosi, just joined the group this evening. My husband has foot drop and wears a leg brace. His skin is dry and the brace rubs on his leg. Would these be products good for him too? Yes. So yes, Carol, this product can be used. I mean, it can be used by anybody. I'm not an amputee myself. I've been trying these products and I really like the moisturizer, and I'm a runner. So I do need to use the liquid to powder because runners encounter, chafing and pleasant breeze right there. So I've been using the product. So Carol, yes, for your husband who's wearing a brace, definitely, especially if he's having the chafing there and keeping his skin healthy, Carol. This is, like I said, it's gentle enough to be almost like baby shampoo, the cleanser itself. So it's a very gentle product line, but effective. Gentle, but effective. I think that should be a good tagline for them. All right, so we're going to do our last giveaway for this evening. This one's big, guys. This one's big. This is a year's supply of the product line. I'm like, I want this one. A year's supply. No, show them the big ones. Come on, show them the big ones. Show them the big ones. A year's supply of these amazing products. So everybody, please get your radars on. As I tell the kids, listening ears. All right, I just posted the link. Hang on, let me see it come up. It's a little bit of a time delay here, guys. Sorry, it's such a good giveaway. I posted the link to my website. There it is, where I have the VitalFit Skincare line section on my website. Go to that link. First person to type in the discount code wins the year supply. So there's a discount code on my page. There's a discount code for these products on my page. The first person to type in right here in this comment section what that discount code is going to get a year's supply. So in the meantime, I've got some, let's see. JW says, is Greg in a remote cave somewhere? This is the new version of Find Waldo. Yes, I think that is. It's either that or a little gremlin in his computer, JW. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Teresa's asking what's in it that makes this work. So Ashley, oh my gosh, Ashley got it. Oh my gosh, Ashley girl, you have got some fast fingers, chica. All right. So yes, the code is COSI10. So guys, those of you who did not win the year supply, listen up for this one. With the code COSI10, you get $10 off. So Greg, can you hold up that starter kit again, the travel kit? That kit normally costs $20. With the Cosi Talks $10 off, you can get the entire line for $10. $10, guys. That is amazing. For quality of skincare products like this, you're usually paying really, really big bucks.
Right. That's right.
So to be able to trial this line for $10, okay, go to my website, put in, now that you know what the Cosi, now that you know what it is, it's COSI10, COSI 10. That's your discount code. Go to my website, give it a try. Let's see, we had a question up here from Teresa. What's in it that makes it work so well? Basically, Teresa, it's not only what's in it, it's what's not in it.
That's right.
It is not full of the chemicals. It is full of antioxidants. It is full of antibacterial, antifungal properties that help nourish and hydrate. So Greg, if you want to comment a little more on that.
Right. And it's not tested on animals, which I'm a big proponent for, but it is just bottled love. There's been no system designed out there. And Dr. Dean has done such a fabulous job with this system just allowing people to do more. And that's what's interesting, and how I talk to the patients I work with and all the veterans I work with. You're going to do more using this system. Every prosthetist out there does their hard-earned work to see that you do better in your prostheses. So this is just going to amplify the success you have.
Okay, and there we go. And then Teresa, just to take it a step further, if you go to the VitalFit website, they have a list of ingredients next to every single product. It's right there. I actually checked out the ingredients myself when I was learning more about the product, because I wanted to see, you know, what's in it, what's not in it. There we go. We got Greg back on.
Sorry. Yeah, I am kind of remote out here, I guess. So, you know, it isn't that remote, but for whatever reason. But yeah, I don't know where I got cut off there, but if I can encourage you to try the system, it'll change your life. And as a prosthetic user, a prosthetist, a high-end athlete, I can't stress how important it is to keep your skin clean, hydrated. And it's something that maybe you've never thought about, but if you really want to have success and do more daily, this system is amazing.
It is. It is. So before we go, I got one more burning question for you, Greg, that I'd like to ask all of my special guests who are amputees that are on the show. If you had to give advice to anybody out there watching who is a new amputee, what would it be? And then what would be the advice you would give to someone who is years out from their amputation?
Yeah. Hopefully I don't get cut off here, but I'm going to log right back in if I get and miss this. But just remember, you're the same person. You're using a more unique system to ambulate daily. Just do the things. Just do the things that make you happy, and pursue what you were doing prior to injury. And if you're a long-term user, look for all the latest techniques and therapies, the VitalFit system that will allow you to do more. And that's where I'm at. I'm kind of trying to give back, working out, taking guys hiking, doing a lot of guide stuff, and I can do more because of this system. And that's a long-term wear of a suction socket. And I'm just not getting the skin breakdown I was having prior to this system and using the VitalFit line. And I can't encourage anybody enough. I keep saying that, but I don't.
All right, we're going to take a little bit more. And guys, just to kind of provide a wrap up, this skincare line, it's really meant for anybody who's using a prosthesis. Whether you have issues with dry chapped skin, or the opposite side of the spectrum where you have a lot of problems with oil and sweat on your skin, this particular product line used as a system can really provide that balance, that nourishment, and that healing for your skin. And he's back. Keep going, Greg.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I must apologize, everybody. This is frustrating for me too. But yes, I think the anti-friction, the antibacterial, the antifungal properties is going to keep everything healthy, and you're going to allow you to do more. So that's big. I just heard the end of that. You're taking care and optimizing your skin so you can optimize the work that your prosthetist does. So and that's huge. Don't be inconvenienced by a little bit of irritation or skin breakdown, because the system will heal your skin.
And guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. I want to say a huge, huge thank you first to Greg for being on the show tonight and being a trooper.
I'm so sorry. I've been cutting in and out, and I apologize. Thanks for everybody putting up with it. I wish the best for everybody. And Cosi, thank you so much.
My pleasure. And a special thank you to VitalFit for being the sponsors for this evening, guys. I say it again and again. I am so grateful for these sponsors, because they truly allow me to continue to do this show at this level and bring you the information. And thank you for their generosity, for their donations, for the giveaways for this evening as well. I'm so happy to the people who won. And for those of you who didn't get a chance to win the free giveaway, Cosi 10, COSI 10. That is the discount code that you can use. Grab yourself a starter kit for $10, start using it, use it as a system, and I want to hear your thoughts. If there's any questions that you have about the skincare line that we were not able to answer for you this evening, guys, as always, send me the private messages and I will find the answers for you for certain.
Right. And Cosi, reach out to me and I can answer any questions and help too.
There you go. There you go, guys. Okay, so there you have it. There's your homework assignment. Go. Oh, there goes Greg again. I Yes, it's good timing. All right, guys, with that, I am going to go ahead and sign off for this evening. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your lives this evening. Thank you to Greg. Thank you to VitalFit, and I will see you guys next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Sorry. It's from
channel.
Thanks, Cosi. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you.